one of my biggest inspirations in Herbalife. She has a background in events management. She decided that she wanted to do the Herbalife business full time because she loves what she's doing. A real leader that leads from up front. I've really seen only leadership qualities in her, and I've learned so much from her. Without any further ado, I can't think of anybody better to host tonight's training. My friend, my biggest inspiration, Ria Prinsloo, guys. Give us a hand. Come.
Thank you, Hashim. I appreciate it. And thank you, Bia, for the opportunity to do this presentation. I really love doing Shake Party, so hopefully everybody will learn tonight and enjoy what I have to present tonight. So the first thing that you need to do is to make arrangements for your Shake Party. So you will ask a customer to host a Shake Party, and all they need to do is to invite friends and make their house available. You, as the coach, will do everything. You will assure them that you will provide the snacks. You want the least possible trouble for that host. They mustn't feel like they have to bake cake and make snacks and have wine and whatever. You just assure them that you will bring everything that's needed. And then 2 days before the party, you must just find out from this host how many guests is expected, so you know for the catering reasons. And remember, I put there less is more. You do not have to have all the shake flavors and all the snacks and everything that you need. The real hero at a shake party is a shake. And whether it's vanilla or just one other shake flavor, it doesn't matter. So I've done a list of what you need for a shake party. So basically, like I said, keep it simple, one flavor shake, preferably vanilla because that's what's in your trial pack. If you want to take more flavors, it's up to you. Aloe, again, if you can afford it. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. I'm sorry, hold on 1 minute. See, I'll take my water, but I'm sorry, guys.
It sounds like you need some aloe here.
Yeah, I need some aloe. I just told my husband to bring me some, please. Okay, and then, of course, your herbal beverage is very important. Now, what I normally do, and you'll see again, this is optional. I take 1 energy bar, 1 sachet roasted soybeans, and 1 of each flavor express bar, and I cut them up in small 1 by 1 centimeter pieces. You don't need more than 1, because it's just so that they can taste what it tastes like. What I also find, especially now with the hot days, is to always take ice, because people don't have ice. And then if you want to, a small blender or a shaker to make your shakes in, that's if you, I'll get to it later as well. Let me skip that rather. A teaspoon to stir the herbal beverage, because it's all fair and well. You have your scoop to measure your herbal beverage. I always take my own teaspoon because I don't want to bother the hostess with, have you got a this for me or have you got a that for me? I make sure I have everything with me. Then, of course, a scoop. And then I take with me eating questionnaires with the measuring results on the flip side. And I also take breakfast surveys. If you have a Tanita or bathroom scale, you can take that along. It is optional. Definitely a measuring tape, pens or pencils, something to serve the shake in. I have these little shooter glasses, which I use over and over and over again because they're washable. And then I take a couple of bowls for the energy bars and stuffies that I cut up to put in. And that is, of course, if you're taking any. And then most important, you have to have your trial packs and a small gift for the hostess. And again, it's optional and it's your choice if you want to do that. But I find it they really appreciate it when you give them something nice. I normally take aloe soba. Thank you, Bia. Okay, most important, people arrive early so that you can be prepared with your shakes ready made. Or if you have agreed with the host to do and make the shakes in a kitchen, then ensure you have enough time to do this. I personally make my shakes at home because, and then as you can see in the photo, I put them in all those colored neon shakers of mine. The only time I use those shakers, I'm very, very fussy, and I don't want them scratched and ugly. I take them with my showpieces. Okay, and then at the shake party, I arrange it something like that. Again, like you see, there's 6 flavors there. You don't have to do that. You can just use one flavor. And then I put it out on the table for all to see. I cut up the optional snacks and place it in bowls, as you can see on the left. And I make in the green glasses, you'll see this, the beverage that I make. In summer, I use the ice, and I make iced tea. And in winter, I serve it hot. And then I also set out my paperwork, whatever I'm going to use, whether it's the questionnaires for eating habits or with the measurement on the back side or the breakfast survey. But I make sure that it's handy and ready and with the pencils sitting on the side so that when I need it, it's just ready for me. And then I normally do an icebreaker. So I put those goodies ready as well. And I'm going to explain to you now about the icebreaker. Right, once everybody has settled down, introduce yourself, thank the host for arranging the party, and thank the guests for attending. Ask the host to share her results, if there are any, at that stage. If you have a team buddy with you, ask him or her to share his business story and product results. And then you share your own business story and product results. And let the guests feel and hear your passion, people. This is where it's very important. You have to really mean what you say. Okay, start off with a low budget icebreaker. I always find that people are not sure what to expect. So what I do is I do a little icebreaker. I take a gift, just one, that I wrap. And it's either energy bar or a measuring tape or a shaker or an aloe body bar. It all depends on yourself and what your budget is. Okay, and then I play a numbers game. It's very simple. You take a couple of pieces of paper and you put the same number on all of them. You can make it number 2, you can make it number 1, you can make it number 3. All of those papers gets the same number on them, and you fold it in small little parcels so that nobody can see what's on the paper. Then you tell the guests they must draw a number out of a bowl or a bag or whatever. And you also tell them that you're going to put this gift in the middle and you're going to read out a number. And in the room, there will be 2 people with the same number, with this number. And they must grab the present. Whoever gets it first will get the prize. So now when you read the number and guess what? They all have the same number. They all jump for that prize. So it is very exciting. It's really, it makes everybody can't wait to see what's happening next. It makes them listen immediately to what you have to say. You've got the immediate attention. And then, of course, the one that grabbed it first is the winner. And if you want more icebreaker details, you can just more games. You can just Google on Chrome for more icebreaker games. But this is one I use and it's very effective. Okay, then once you've done your icebreaker, you're going to hand out your paperwork and pens. Whatever you at this stage, you will start to realize what your guests are most interested in, and then you'll decide whether you're going to do a breakfast survey or are you going to give them the eating questionnaire with the measure results on the back. And if you obviously you'll only use that one if you have a Tanita scale and measuring tape with you. If you do not have the scale, rather go for the breakfast survey. Ask guests to complete the forms. And after they completed the paperwork, start the presentation on the importance of a healthy breakfast. Ask the guests, after you've done that, make sure that when they complete the form is that you ask them for referrals, or if any one of them are interested to host a shake party. Ensure guests make their cell numbers available. People are often find that I get the forms when I get home and they didn't put in their cell numbers because they didn't make it available. It is very important you check that before they leave. And then ask if anyone is interested in starting the 6-day Healthy Breakfast Challenge. Show them what the 6-day trial consists of, and remember to explain clearly how the herbal beverage should be measured off. When you discuss that trial pack, it's very important to explain that tea situation, because I've had many times where people put the whole sachet in the cup.
Maybe you want to explain it for brand new people who are on the call. What is the tea story?
Okay, as you know, in the trial pack, we've got the 6 shakes that is perfectly measured for 1 shake. But in the tea, we've got 2 sachets. And in each sachet, there's 3 helpings. So unfortunately, the customers, I don't know if they lose concentration when you tell them this, but they sometimes misunderstand and put the whole sachet in their cup. Now, they will get sick from that because it's they feel over energetic and they feel nauseous. That's the complaints I had with my customers. So make sure you show them how to measure that tea. I always do it. I take my tea, I take a teaspoon, and I show them how I measure that tea.
Brilliant.
All clear? Okay, and then once I've done all that, the forms and explaining the healthy breakfast, I start my sampling, and then I'll start with the aloe. Normally, the presentation says that we have to have our aloe and water, but I prefer to put my aloe in my herbal beverage because it's just quicker, because it can drag out too long if you have 3 different servings. So I put my aloe in my herbal beverage, I give them the tea, and then I invite them to have some shakes. I tell them about the key benefits and how it can help them, and refer back to the slide where you explain what a perfect breakfast consists of, reminding them there's no better breakfast than our shake. Our other snacks, the energy bar, the roasted soybeans, and the F1 Express bars, I also tell them that if you have it there, obviously. And yeah, you can also, sometimes people say to you, I don't like shakes. You can say to them, yes, but we've got express bars. So if you don't want to have 2 shakes a day, you can have 1 shake and 1 express bar. So tell them about the key benefits and how it can help them. And then also tell them about the energy bars and roasted soybeans that we can use as snacks, because they also have a problem with eating 5 times a day. They normally eat nothing during the day, have a huge meal at night and fall asleep at 7. Now you're going to change their whole mindset into eating 5 times a day. So just, bring it to them gently and tell them how nice it is to have energy bars and roasted soybeans. Okay, and then once you've done that, you can, once you've done the, had a look at the surveys together with the customer or a client, you can then decide whether you're going to weigh and measure the customer, especially if they're interested in weight loss. Weigh and measure even the guests that are curious about their body composition, and complete their measure and results forms for them. It is a nice to have. It is for them interesting to know what their body fat percentage is. Even if they're not interested in losing weight, but just a healthy breakfast, do it in any ways. Okay, a couple of tips. It is better to work in a team. Discuss with your team buddy what you need him or her to do at the party. So what I normally do is, if I go for a shake party, and especially if I expect a lot of guests, I ask one of my team members, especially somebody that needs to learn still how to do a shake party, I will invite them along to come and help me. And then we will discuss before the party what I expect this person to do, whether it is to do the weigh-in, or whether it is to serve the shakes, or wherever you feel you can you need some help. So yeah, it's better to work in a team. If you do not have someone to help you, then involve the host and explain before the guests arrive what you need him or her to do for you. And by doing that, you are training this person to become a member without them even knowing that. Then if the host invited a lot of people and only one or two of the guests arrive, don't feel discouraged and make the host comfortable by giving her and the guests that showed up the experience that they will never forget. So do it anyway, as if the whole place is full of people and you are having a ball. I know that sometimes the host feels very discouraged and feels disappointed, but it's your job to make him or her feel that it doesn't matter. Even if she was the only person there, you'll still do it. Okay, and then most important, book another shake party or two from the guests that are there and get referrals. Because that's why you're there. And you need to get those referrals and shake parties through. I think that's it.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think we open up for questions. I think that's the best we can do.
No questions.
No questions.
Ria, I just want to say you explained it so easy and so simple. I think anybody can do it now after this training. And I really love the icebreaker. That's a good one. I'll definitely incorporate that one.
It's great fun. Great fun.
And also keeping it simple. I love that. Because not always everybody has everything to do everything. By keeping it simple, you're teaching your member or whoever else is with you that you can just do it. Awesome. Thanks, Ria.
It's a pleasure. Now, I really find taking a member with me, especially one that hasn't done a shake party before, to teach them. It is absolutely the best place for them to learn.
Ria, I like the game plan, and I also like the way that you said involve your host to do the party with you and help you do the weighing or teach her whatever has to be done. Because that's a way of involving her. I like that one too.
Yeah, before they know it, they can do what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. There's a message from Marge from Canada. She's also on the call and she says, great job, Ria. Thank you so much.
A pleasure, Marge. Glad to see you also dialed in. Thank you.
Ria, you were amazing. I've got a shake party coming up on Saturday and I got loads of ideas from you. So thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, Liesel. Thank you.
Brilliant. If there are no questions, I would have a question, Ria.
Yes.
How do you book another shake party or two and get referrals? What do you say to the people practically? When you assume now there would be a shake party, people who participate at the shake party, how would you announce it to book another shake party and how would you get the referrals?
Okay, to get another shake party, I would make sure that I also sort of announce to everybody that I'm now going to give the host a small gift from me. And would like to encourage anybody else, if there's anybody in the room that would also like to host a shake party, which and that they'll get a similar gift, and also get them to acknowledge how much fun they had, because especially if you do the icebreaker and making fun and really laugh a lot, the people actually really want to do it at their homes as well. And then referrals, I just check on the forms, and if I see they haven't completed anybody, I'll go and speak to them one-on-one and say, don't you know anybody that can benefit from what you have just learned? Don't you know somebody that suffers from a loss of energy? You ask those prompting questions to see if and then you'll see they'll take out their phone and they go through the phone. Oh yes, maybe this person, maybe that person. So yeah, that's how I do that. Awesome,
stunning, perfect. Thank you. And one more question. Now, when I go back in the slides where you basically showed us how beautiful you present all your different shake flavors, and also the snack bars and the soybeans, and just assuming now I would be a brand new member and my budget is limited to the vanilla shake and the tea I'm using just now for myself. How would you suggest to do the sampling? Because I mean, I can't sample now for everybody a full shake. Then my tin is already empty. And so how do you work with me then, or how would you suggest it to me to run a thing like that?
If it's a new member, what I'll do is I'll check with the member if they have any shake left. If it's their first party, then I would help with one flavor shake and tea, just for the one party to get them going. And then, like you see, those little glasses, they are tiny little 50 ml shooter glasses. You do not have to give people a full shake to taste what it tastes like. It's just a sample. So yeah, and if you look at this, to fill 10 glasses, you need 2 shakes. So it's 4 scoops of shake powder, and then of course your tea. And then there's 10 samples to taste. And then I just leave out the snacks, or I'll just take 1 energy bar just to keep it interesting.
Mm-hmm. What do you do when you are not close by? Now I bring you a little bit in a corner because you have to know me as a brand new colleague, but I'm in Joburg.
Okay. So then I will, by way of WhatsApp with photos like this, and yeah, basically chatting over WhatsApp to explain exactly what I do, and also find out if they have shake powder, and if not, when will they be getting more, and then book the party rather when they have more shake.
Look, if I can encourage everybody who is on the call, when you do a shake party, you do it basically on a business purpose, because sampling is like handing out a seed, basically like a farmer. And if you can at least afford a 12 pack, for example, with 6 servings of the shake and 6 servings of the tea, and divide that up in the participants, so it's not a huge investment. You get it for the price roundabout for 80 Rand. It's not a huge investment, but each one of you is able then to host a shake party. You don't need necessarily the support of your sponsor for that. And obviously it's an investment in your business. So please understand, you want to make a business in order to earn money. Every business has some form of investment, and that's a small investment basically. What you invest in people for tasting your delicious products, and from there it can get started. So that may be also as a small thought on the side. If somebody's struggling with budget and you have this in your mind, don't build it up as I can't. Find solutions. There's for everybody an opportunity to do a shake party like that on a big scale or on a smaller scale. Mia?
Yeah. And the same goes for, we're not talking about pamper parties today, but if you want to really have a pamper party, you can do it with the starter kit, with the 7-day results kit.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Exactly.
No, you don't have to have the whole kit. It's just the basic range that you need, and it's all in there.
Yeah, brilliant.
What I also find works very well, Bia, for the new members that don't have ideas how to make a lot of different shakes from the Formula One, is if you maybe get a few berries and you get a banana and you get some peanuts, and from the vanilla shake you can make 4 or 5 different ones. You can still make it just as interesting as Ria is making it, but you can do it on a smaller budget for the new members.
Beautiful idea. Thank you very much.
Yeah, because most people have fruit in their house, and anyway, so yeah, you might as well.
Super.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Some idea.
Do we have more questions, ideas, experiences? This is all, everybody is actually very different in his shake party because you bring in your personality and how you like it. Probably Hasim can tell quickly from his experience because, I mean, he's a man And he told me in the beginning, I'm never ever gonna do shake parties. I'm not a shake party man. Am I right, Hasim?
Yeah, definitely right there. So one thing that for me personally, I never take other flavors with me. I only take vanilla because vanilla is the only flavor that's in the challenge pack, in the trial pack. I only take vanilla with me, but I try to make different types of shakes with the vanilla. And the reason for that is if you have a brand new people starting on the product, if this is how I see it, if I show them different shakes, they're going to think they need to buy different shakes for different days of the week. It's going to cost them a lot of money. So I show them, and every time I tell them, vanilla again. I always say vanilla again. I show them the vanilla over and over, but I make different flavors with the vanilla so they can see they don't have to have the same breakfast every morning. They still have a healthy breakfast every morning, but it can be different as to how they feel about it. So that's one thing that I do. Yeah. Anything else I need to add?
Maybe I can ask you quickly from your experience now, Hasim. Now, Ria measures and weighs the people. Some of the men have probably a problem not to weigh, but to measure women. Do you measure them easily, or did you find another trick how you organize it that the people get measured?
You see, Bia, the entire experience with the shake party with me is I involve everybody. Everybody gets involved from the word go. So it's a whole interactive from everybody. This one measures that one measures that one. That way, for me, I find the interaction that brings the fun that's going on. Once they feel left out, then you lose their attention. So I make sure everybody's involved. This one measures that one. You're not allowed to look at each other's pages. I make everything a secret, so that's your page. And I make it fun because it's all about how they perceive what's going on and how they feel the energy. And the energy is really, really important. And yeah, so I hardly do any measurements. They do all the measurements themselves. And always involve everybody. Brilliant. And just also, but when you ask something, you ask, how do you ask for the how did you find the entire shake party? What stood out for you in this one? What was shocking for you? And everybody goes with the visceral fat or the metabolic age, always something that attracts. Then I always say, now, don't you think that your loved ones around you also need to know in what state their bodies is at? Come, let's have a shake party by your house, but don't invite a lot of close friends. Not a lot of people. Just keep it intimate. And that's how we go from the one family to the other family to the other family. Because sometimes people don't want other people to know their business. So if they keep it close, and we keep it close, and we keep it close, and then that's how the
Awesome.
Any other questions, Bia?
A question back to Ria. Thank you very much, Hasim. I just wanted to have it from a male experience because that's often different. Or do you want to ask a question, Hasim?
No, I think it's fine. Go over Ria, Bia.
Okay. Yeah. When you basically invite people to a shake party or a brand new member invites people to a shake party, how many people are ideal to have there? Because, I mean, to have there hundreds of people is maybe wishful thinking, but not very effective. So what is your feeling? How many people should one invite to have at least so many people there? What are you aiming for?
I would say they can invite about 10 people and aiming for 5 to arrive. Then it's really comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can spend, individual time with each person.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end of the day, if you don't, then they'll just leave and they get nothing out of it. You need to go and sit with them, look at their measurements, talk to them, ask them what they find interesting, how they feel about it. You can't just let them decide on their own. I find it very important to be able to speak to each and every person that is there, every guest.
Yeah. I think even when often the expectations are very high, especially a brand new members inviting, they have invited 10 people and maybe only one person pitches and they feel down because only one person came. And we should change the attitude from the members saying, hey, that one person who can change that person's life, and this person can lead us to hundreds of people. So it's about that one person who is coming and not about the 9 who didn't come, so that we are just clear also here on the call, not awakening wrong expectation. It's really that the people know from upfront already, it might happen, no worries, we do it again and again. One more question, Ria, and I think then we must finish because we said we finish at 20:30. When you leave the people now, they take the trial pack, let's assume some of them take the trial pack. Do you make then already arrangements for when seeing them again? Because obviously you take now weight measurements to get their trial pack if they have the money with them. Do you make arrangements with them already when to see them again?
Yes, absolutely. You make your appointment, your follow-up appointment right there and then. Otherwise, yeah. But sometimes people would say, no, I can't say when I'll be able to see you again, and then you'll follow up later. But most of the people, I make arrangements right there and then.
So basically you meet them at the same house?
Same house, all together, same time, yes.
Excellent, brilliant, super. Hasim?
Yeah, just something that you ask, you see, you ask, how do you, even you member don't get a lot of people coming and they might get the spot and all that. So a thing that I do is, I always tell my new member, invite just friends or families. Chances are their close friends and families won't disappoint them. The only time they will disappoint them if it's something major happening, and that's just so they can get the door, so they can be comfortable, and from there then we invite more and more people. But I find that if I tell them to invite their close friends and family first, because like I said, my disappoint me. Something was really big must happen before they disappoint me. So just that your new member can also just be confident that the people did arrive, because I've found them very quickly. So yeah, just something I wanted to add here.
Brilliant. I think, Ria, I just can't say any more than thank you so much, but I want to leave it to Hasim. He had the honor to open the call. He has the honor basically to find the final words and to close the call.
Maria, awesome. Really, like I said earlier, couldn't have thought of anybody who could have done it any better. The way you have put it down for us, so simple. I love the games. I always learn something new. Really something I will incorporate. I love the fact that you wrote it down for us from the ingredients, what we're going to need, even how to wrap the game. Brilliant, awesome. Thank you really much. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're all welcome. I'm glad you could learn
Thanks,
something.
Ria.
Thank you, Ria.
Thanks, Ria.
Thanks, Ria.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And